Good morning, everybody. I'm a little bit late. There's a connection there, so I'll start again. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Rebecca, and I'm a holistic health coach and homeopath. And I just pop in here every Monday at 10 o'clock to just share a thought or a practice or an idea. Seems to be very bad today, so I've just tripped out again. So apologies for that. So yes, just popping in here to give you a thought or a practice or a message for the week to help you to raise your consciousness of what is working for you in your life and what may be hindering you in some way, and helping, therefore, for you to get greater control of your life and enjoy it to the full in whichever way suits you. So this morning, and I hope the connection is going to last, I wanted to talk really about it's impossible to be completely impartial because we're human beings. However, we can become more conscious of our ability to really listen to what people are actually telling us, and listen not just with our ears, but with every part of our body, to really feel what they are actually trying to communicate. And often the words are not really as important as that feeling that you get, that connection that you get with somebody, where you are feeling their feelings and you're with them as they tell their story, or as they recount the whatever emotion they are trying to get across. It's something that fed back to me how wonderful they felt, purely from feeling listened to, feeling that not only that I heard them, but I gave them the space to express themselves, and that they felt that what they were trying to communicate was actually heard by me. So it's creating a space without judgment. It's creating a space where you're not trying to talk when someone else is talking. And it struck me that is a very important skill for us to be practicing generally in our lives. It is something that I do almost subconsciously now, as much as I can. I'm human though, so I'm well aware that, especially in my closer relationships, that because those people who are close to us are more likely to trigger us in some way, that sometimes I don't listen quite as well as I could. So this week I'm going to invite you to just really become more conscious of how you listen. So in all of your relationships, just have a think about, perhaps, journal. Do I actually really listen, and listen preferably with some kind of eye contact, whether you're looking into someone's eyes or whether you're actually looking at their face. You do definitely, part of it is looking at them, because we all get information not only through our ears, obviously, but through our eyes and through our energy connection. So looking at somebody's body language. And when you are in that very still, quiet place of listening, you almost invariably will feel some kind of emotion from the person who is talking, who is trying to communicate with you. And that often is you feeling them, feeling their feelings. And sometimes it's also triggering something in you. So, especially actually thinking about children, how we talk to our children. can be a good indicator of that, because we are very close to our children usually, and when they're in pain, when they're trying to express something, we often can feel what they're feeling, but we're not really aware of it. And also our knee-jerk reaction often as a parent is to want to fix that, to want to take that pain or that uncomfortable emotion away from them and take it on ourselves, or offer some kind of solution or advice or guidance, or even to say, oh, no, you don't, no, you don't need to be feeling like that. Don't feel like that in some way. We want to take it away. We want to stop it. And that's often carried on into our relationships as adults as well. And that can leave the person who is trying to express themselves feeling a little bit unheard, a little bit, well, yeah, okay, that might be a good solution, but actually all I wanted was for somebody to witness what I'm feeling. And I mean, I don't know any of you with partners. For me, certainly this used to be true. I would come out of a working day and I would want to have a little bit of an offload about various things that had, niggled me throughout the day or really got me going or whatever. And my husband always saw that as, okay, here's Rebecca giving me a problem which I need to fix. So he thought that I was asking him for a solution, and I wasn't. All I wanted was for him to go, I can really feel that you had a bad day. That's awful for you. Would you like a glass of wine? Or shall I cook supper? Or give me a hug or something. I didn't need solutions. I didn't need advice, if you like. I just wanted a witness. I just wanted, oh, good morning, Sarah. You're very welcome. Thanks for watching, despite the bad connection. And Sarah saying, ha ha, snap. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's often the case with our children as well, that rather than trying to automatically take away what they're feeling, it might be more valuable for them and for you to be able to sit with that feeling and say, yeah, I can feel you're really angry, or I can feel that you're really upset. And that is often enough for the other person, especially children, to go, oh, okay, yeah, phew, that's all right then. I'm not going mad. I'm not saying children think like this, but they do kind of, they want to be validated. They want to actually have their feelings normalized, if you like. And I'm not saying that at some point you might need to steer them in a direction or, give them some kind of constructive or productive advice. But initially, just being able to listen in silence or just making encouraging noises, allowing them to speak, not trying to fix, because if we're listening to somebody emoting, if you like, telling you how they feel about something, if all we're doing is trying to think, oh no, what shall I say to this? How can I respond to this? How can I make it better for them? Then we're not really present with them. We're not really connecting with them. And that connection with other people is so important, I think. Not only to validate what they're feeling and for them to feel heard, but also for us to get closer to them. It's very hard to judge somebody and judge them lacking in some way if we feel what they feel and we're not just listening to the words. So I hope this is making sense. Maybe Sarah, you can tell me if it is. So I wanted for you to practice this week, or start practicing, some really conscious listening So trying not to think of ways that you can take something away from somebody or make it better or fix it in some way, or or do any of those things basically, but just to be present for that person and to hear them and to actually respond in a way that is congruent with you hearing what they're trying to get across to you. When people are really angry, especially kids, actually, they sometimes will say things that ultimately they don't really mean. I mean, they might mean them very much at the time, but they don't need them. They don't mean them long term. They just want you to hear that they're angry, or that they're sad, or that they're feeling unloved, or whatever those things are. And actually that pretty much doesn't change when you're an adult. We just get more eloquent and more lost in our language, kind of thing. And Sarah's saying, yes, makes total sense. Sometimes I'm really trying hard to listen and the other person says, are you still there? Good point. I think that happens more kind of online, or if you're on the phone or something. And Sarah's saying, but you're 100%. Yeah, okay. And Nassif is saying, and you're welcome, Nassif. Nassif is saying to Sarah, message me. Oh, no, okay. Sorry, Nassif, this isn't the place for this. So, yeah, okay. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you are able to listen in a place of stillness and quiet and without judgment, and just see how often, if you can do that, sometimes you need to put a timer on that. If you can, though, and you can then afterwards maybe even say to the other person, would you like some feedback on what I've just heard? Would you, how I felt when you said those things, or how I felt when you expressed those emotions? And if you can stick with how you felt rather than trying to fix or trying to take away, beautiful things happen. It's taken me surprise when I've done that. I take it for granted in my professional life, if you like, but when I do it in my personal relationships, it can really take you by surprise how tender those moments can be when you're just saying, yeah, I hear you. And then the person actually feels that you've really, really listened, and in return, they might then offer you the opportunity to be heard. And also thinking about what somebody wants as feedback from another person can often be a useful thing in itself, actually. If you're asked, well, okay, I've heard you, and I felt that you're really angry. What would you like from me to that? Again, sorry about that, everybody. I was just saying basically that sometimes it's good to trigger somebody into thinking what they actually want from you as a listener. And maybe that's just to listen. Maybe it is sometimes, actually, I would value some advice, or I would value your opinion. Whichever it is, at least you're then on the same page and you're really connecting with somebody. And I think in this time, it's been happening for a long time, but where there is so much division, and it's very easy to lead our lives thinking that we're separate little units and that we have no connection with other people, really. I want to encourage that we are all connected, and we do, when we really start listening, we will hear each other better above all the noise. And a lot of the things that we are feeling and experiencing are the same. Not in every situation, obviously, but they are the same. We're all human beings. We're all connected. We all feel the same things, ultimately. And if we can get back to that, we're going to get much closer to people, less judgmental, and yeah, just there's great value in community and in connection. And it seldom comes from being isolated and feeling not heard. So that's it. That's me done for this Monday Messages. And if you'd like to know more about working with me, if you feel it's difficult for you to even listen really attentively without trying to do something else, or if you feel that you're not heard and that's a consistent pattern with you, that you feel that people are not hearing you, then that might be something that you would appreciate, having somebody who is trained to really listen to you, work with you and improve your life in that regard. So for more information, do click on the information, the link that's with this video, and I look forward to talking to you. Thanks very much, and do pop your comments below if you're watching the replay. I'd love to hear if you think this is something that might be useful in any of your relationships. Thanks very much, and thanks Sarah for joining me, and Nassif. Okay, bye.